Hey guys, it's Will here, and welcome to part 2 of month 5 of Tale of Four Gamers. So if you haven't seen the first Batrep for this month, and you want to check out the Scythes of the Emperor versus the Thousand Suns, I'll put a link in the description to my game with Tom. But this Batrep is going to be Adam versus Sam. So we've got Tyranids versus Astra Militarum. Should be an interesting game. You've got one army that just wants to sit back and shoot, one army that wants to get right up in your face. 1,500 points, so it's starting to feel like proper full-size armies now. But without further ado, let's take a look at the lists and the mission they're playing.
So here's Sam's army, 1,500 points of Astra Militarum. Now he hasn't actually painted really anything new this month, he's just brought back in models from earlier in the campaign to reinforce his army. So starting down here we've got his Lord Commissar and 2 company commanders filling out his HQ slots, and this force consists of a battalion and a spearhead, so that's why he needs 3 HQs. He's got his 3 troops choices, all of which are Astra Militarum, just regular squads with grenade launchers and las cannons. Then he's got a company command squad there with the mortar, heavy weapons squad with the auto cannons, and then all the tanks, 2 Hydras, 3 Lehman Russes, 2 standard, 1 Eradicator, a Wyvern and 2 Basilisks. And then finishing off he's got a little squad of Tempestus Scions down on the end here with 2 melter guns. So a serious lot of firepower there, and this army has been really quite scary to face. So good luck, Adam. And here's Adam's Tyranids. Likewise, he's gone for a battalion and a spearhead detachment, so his 3 HQs are the Flying Hive Tyrant down there, Old One Eye at the head of the 2 Carnifexes, and the Neurothrop. And for troops, he's got squad of, is that 2 squads of 10? Yep, 2 squads of 10 termagants with flesh boars, and then one with a mix of devourers and flesh boars. That's 20 models there. 10 of each. Yep. Unit of Gene Stealers, who I imagine will be coming up with one of the Trigons. He's got 3 Trigons this month, backed up by 2 Carnifexes, so we've got a total of 7 monsters there. This is a seriously monster heavy list. And what hive fleet you running? Behemoth, excellent. So expect lots of charges, which is what he's going to need against that Imperial Guard gun line there. But yeah, let's take a look at the mission and how the army's deployed. So the mission that Sam and Adam have rolled up to tonight is Sealed Orders. So they have 6 objectives to start with, and they can only draw more objectives once they've either scored or discarded the remainder. And they're facing off diagonally like this. So Sam's guards are down here with the tanks at the back and the infantry in the front to screen them. Mortar team is tucked away down there with possibly with one of their commanding officers. And then the Commissar is there. Adam has placed a lot of his army in reserves. He's only deployed 2 units of termagants and also the Carnifexes, One Eye and the Neurothrop. All 3 Trigons are in reserves, along with the Gene Stealers and the big Termagant brood, who I'm guessing will be coming up with Trigons. And then he's got the Hive Tyrant as well. So should make for an interesting game, as the Tyranids use every trick in the book to get to and subsequently eat this guard gun line. Anyway, gentlemen, do you want to roll off? Sam gets a 3, Adam gets a 3. Who finished first? Adam. So Adam's up first. Right, I'll hand you over to these guys now. Here we go with Adam's first turn.
So here we are, Tyranids turn 1. Opted not to steal the initiative because I wanted to sort of appear and actually do something. So these Gaunts have just nudged up, all the Carnifexes have moved forward, and the Neurothrop has moved up to support. His Psychic Power is Onslaught, so not very useful this turn. So other than that, these Gaunts have moved up, and this Trigon has popped up. He's chose to keep the rest of his reserves in reserve for now, till he's cleared some space of the Guardsmen. So this one brought in the 20 Termagants, who, between the 2 of them, shot and blasted this squad just down to its las cannon, who I used 2 command points to keep up from running away. and restored both of them, but with my Warlord trait. And he managed to get a charge in there against the heavy weapons team, killed one, and the other one ran away to leadership. In return, I killed one Termagant, which blows them below 20, so they're not getting their reroll 1s now, which is pretty nice. He did attempt to charge with the Trigon, but failed, chose to use a command point to reroll it, and failed that. Yeah, a good start. He's killed an infantry squad and a heavy weapons team, basically, so he's got some combat. So we will see how the next guard turn 1 goes. Right, guard turn 1, and I remember why I don't like playing this army. I just line up and shoot. For me, it's a pretty dull playstyle, but if you like it, you like it. So, orders, the Tempestus dropped in there. That was the only movement. They were just away from the Trigon. And then all the orders, pretty much all the infantry bar the Tempestus got take aim, allowing them to reroll to hit in the shooting phase. And then pretty much a combination of firepower from the one Leman Russ and all the infantry las cannons took down a Trigon. This Leman Russ and the Wyvern, that's the one, and the las guns from this squad put that squad down to just one guy, plus the fire from that Russ. I don't know if I said that. And then over here, I killed 2 of the Carnifexes next to Old One Eye. One was one-shotted by one of the Basilisks, who fired 6 shots and caused 8 wounds on the nose. And then the other one was ground down by the combination of both Hydras and the last Leman Russ. So with that, I feel bad, I feel dirty. Adam, does this guy run away?
Yes, he does.
Oh, he runs away. I secured 3 points there. Secure objective marker 4, mission critical objective marker 4, and big game hunter. So I'm off to a lead. I'll use 2 command points. Is it 2 or 3 command points for the mission objective? I'll use command points to discard the last 3 cards because they're naff. And move on to Tyranids turn 2. So, time for Tyranid reinforcements. So the Hive Tyrant flew down, and Trigon popped up with some Gene Stealers. This Trigon popped up here, and the rest of the movement, this Old One Eye's moved up and so has a Neurothroat. 11-inch move on the Carnifex, so that was pretty decent. And these guys have just spread along, holding one, sitting back in his deployment. So, with that, we went on to shooting. The Hive Tyrant shot his miasma cannon at this Wyvern and put it down to 5 wounds, which is just enough to degrade it, so annoying. This Trigon, I can't remember what it shot. I think it shot into its infantry squad here. Killed 1. Psychic phase was a little bit more successful. Catalyst on the Hive Tyrant, that's always good. And then he Smite, rolled that magic number and then rolled a 5, wiping out the Tempestus in 1 good psychic phase, which is the big win of the turn. After that, fail charge with rerolls, fail charge, and fail charge with a reroll. So that's a very unlucky turn for charges, which the guard will capitalise on. So on to guard turn 2. So turn 2 guard, and Adam is being a proper sport, but continuing to get pounded by this gun line. So as you can see, all of his reserves that failed charges are just gone. The Gene Stealers were wiped out by the Wyvern Storm Shard mortars and some infantry fire. That Trigon there sucked up the 2 Basilisks, these 2 las cannons, and no, just those 2 las cannons and the autocannon. Then the Hive Tyrant sucked up the firepower of these 2 Leman Russes and the 2 Hydras. I used Jerry Riggers to get this Hydra back onto 6 wounds, and Aerial Spotters to get one of the Basilisks with bonus ballistic skill. Orders wise, gave all the infantry take aim again for the bonus rerolls to hit. And then this squad shot this Trigon and did nothing. So at least some luck rolling in Adam's favour, but I don't think it's going to help. I scored another 3 points that turn from overwhelming firepower, but I'm not doing great on the cards. But to be honest, I don't really think it matters at this point. We're going to go into Tyranids turn 3 and see what he can do, but we'll see. Here we are, Tyranids turn 3. Yeah, we are right. And a pretty successful turn for these Tyranids. So this Trigon's moved up, shot and murdered that infantry squad, finishing them off nicely. Carnifex came down, advanced, got onslaught from the Neurothroat back there, and the 2 squads of termagants just shifted back there to hold those objectives and move up. Carnifex came in here, charged, managed to get in combat with this infantry squad here, and the commissar, and obliterated the commissar and left the infantry squad on just 3 models after leadership. So a pretty successful assault, but he did manage to score of these. So advance, secure 5, assassinate for the commissar, and devour, which is just assault kills. So with that, I think the Tyranids are slightly in the lead on points, but we're on to guard turn 3. We'll see how it goes. So guard turn 3, and it's gone exactly how I would predict. Trigon died to both the firepower of the Leman Rustis and a Basilisk. Carnifex, old One Eye, one-shotted by a single Basilisk. So the rest of the firepower just kind of picked on other stuff, killed that Termagant squad off and put a few wounds on a Neurothroat, but that's about it. At that point, Adam's called it, because there's no way I won't table him in the rest of the game, considering all he's got is some Neurothroat and these Termagants. But we did finish turn 3 on 10-10. So the points were pretty even. So it was a good game, and I will give Adam a handshake if I can actually get it. Adam, good game, buddy. And we'll meet you for the post game. So here we are after game turn 3, basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it wasn't a good game for you, was it?
No, it was a combination of. I don't think there was much I could have done different, but there was a lot of bad dice rolls as well.
There was a lot, like failing all of your charges with re-rolls.
It was 8 failed charges, any one of which could have actually made a huge difference by tying up a lot of your army for a time.
Yes, I managed to keep my infantry line at the front relatively solid as well, which is a big detriment to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, the big swinger was just losing so many monsters turn 1.
Yeah, pretty much.
And turn 2 again, it was just a massacre from the guards.
Yeah. I don't feel there's anything I could have done really.
Yeah, that's how guard play. To me, it's really boring, and I don't really like it. And I feel really bad because it wasn't really a game for you either. So
no, it's a bit strange though, because it's a competitive Tyranid list. If you've seen Will's other Batrep from, we played it about a week ago, it should be out before this, then you'll see that a very similar list, just with an extra 500 points, wiped out a competitive Eldar list.
Yeah, it's all those charges basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, also with that, I spent 14 command points I got up to with the getting back on 5 pluses.
That is just crazy. I was giving
mental.
you command points at some points.
Yeah, so, but yeah, we had fun, I could say.
Yeah.
So
I learned something.
Yeah,
I'm not entirely sure what. Don't play guard.
Yeah. But thanks for watching, and we'll do the points now.
All right then, thanks for shooting that for us, guys. Sam, well done on your win. Those guard are looking deadly. And Adam, yeah, bad luck, mate. If you're failing like 8 charges with all the High Fleet Behemoth re-rolls, yeah, that's just bad luck. There's not a lot you can do when that happens. But anyway, let's take a look at how we all scored this month. And I'm going to start off with Adam, because his is a little bit complicated. You'll see here that I've only listed 2 units, the Neurothrop and the Termagants, at level 3 and 2 respectively. Now, if you saw his army, you'll know he added 2 Trigons as well, both of which we had originally ranked at level 2, so going to be a point each. But he then decided actually he wanted to do some more to them because he felt he could get them up to level 3. So we've allowed that, so they've not been scored this month, but they will hopefully be scored next month. And yeah, if he puts in the extra to bring them up to level 3, then there'll be some good points. Just the 1 bonus point because he did have to switch around some units and he lost the game, but 8 points isn't bad. Then we've got Sam. Now originally I thought he'd added nothing this month, but when I actually played back over it, he actually had added the Leman Russ Eradicator, although he'd painted it before. It's the first time he fielded it, so this is when he gets the score for it. So got a point for that, plus his bonus points and his win gives him 10 points. Now on to Adam. Now Be'lakor was looking really nice, but it was actually quite a simple paint job that he did on him. So we did decide that was going to be level 1, but level 2, but it was getting very close to being level 3. Abaddon was level 3 easily. To be honest, could have given him level 4 if such a thing existed. That's such a nice model he did there. And the Brimstone Horrors, although they look nice, are a little bit simple to give them the level 3. But yeah, a good paint score nonetheless. And so even with only a single bonus point and losing the game, he picks up 9 points.
And finally, my Scythes of the Emperor. So both new units added at level 3. Again, it's the same paint scheme across the whole army, and I'm really pleased with how it's turning out. It's the first time I've tried sort of weathering and battle damage on an army, and yeah, I'm really just pleased with how it's looking, so that's all good. Picked up the maximum bonus points and the win for 13 points in total, so a really good month for me this month, which allows me to extend my lead to 6 points clear at the top. But you know, the other guys have all got some good things to add. Adam, for example, will have potentially 4 extra painting points next month for those 2 Trigons, plus whatever he chooses to add. And I think Sam's going to have to get some more stuff painted up, because I think that 1500 is pretty much everything he has now. And yeah, Tom, he's adding he's got a lot of units in the pipeline, so we could certainly see some nice things from him next month. And the last thing to note is, although this table appears to go up to month 6, I do actually need to extend it, because I believe we're doing 7 months on this. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you guys continue to enjoy this, and thank you for your continued support, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.